I never used to love the Addams Family stuff. I never used to watch a lot of it, but the more movies that I watch, the more content I take in. I really like their dynamic, and I think that they. Oh God, what's happening? Oh no no no, not this, not this again. Oh God, guys, it's taking me over. Guys, it's the dance. I can't do anything about it. What do I do? Welcome back to Halloween in the Middle. Today we are talking about Wednesday. Wednesday is Netflix's and Tim Burton's most recent adaptation of the classic creepy and kooky Addams Family, this time focusing on Wednesday Addams as she attends Nevermore Academy and vows to uncover the truth on a series of monster attacks. It stars Jenna Ortega, Gwendolyn Christie, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Luis Guzman, Fred Armisen, and Christina Ricci. So yes, I know it's April and I'm doing a Halloween in the middle, but I don't know if you guys have ever seen Disney Channel, but I'm like 99% sure they had a Halloween in April thing, kind of like Christmas in July, and I've always wanted to do that because I love Halloween so much. 6 months later, I want to be doing it again, so I do like one day of it, and so I thought I would catch up and do my Wednesday review. Now, I must confess, I haven't actually seen the original Addams Family movies, or the TV show, or the animated TV show, or the animated movies. Okay, so I really haven't seen anything based on the Addams Family now that I think about it, but I have heard the song, and I was in the musical, so that has to count for something. That has a very special place in my heart because it was probably the best, most fun performance I've ever been in. It was my senior year of high school, so it's all the nostalgia and everything, but it was a really fun show, and I actually just watched it twice, again, for two other high school shows for people that I know. So it was really, really fun going back and getting to see that. And so weirdly enough, even having not seen most of the Addams Family content, I feel like I know the characters really well. So starting off with the highs, obviously the biggest one is Jenna Ortega. She is this breakout star that has become so famous in the last year for all of her creepiness and being basically the next Aubrey Plaza.
I don't know why they paired us up together.
Yeah.
And given her look and just the fact that she was in things like Scream 5 and now Scream 6 and also X, it just makes sense that she would be in something like this. But I very much loved her as Wednesday. She really stole the show, and it makes sense. I mean, she's the main character, but like she has that presence in every scene, and she does such a good job of portraying these emotions where she's Wednesday Addams, so she likes torture and pain and things like that, but she also has these other emotions that she's developing throughout the series, and that's what I liked about this, which I thought was very well done, was not only just how she played it, but the writing of the character, because honestly, it's gotta be so hard to write a character who enjoys these terrible things, but also has to have growth and problems and conflicts. Like, it's hard because you can't give them complex emotions because is it like, well, are they enjoying it? Is there an actual problem if they're being tortured? Because it's like, well, if that's a thing that they like, then that shouldn't be a problem, right?
I didn't mean to cause you any pleasure, which causes me pain, which gives me pleasure.
So I found that they had to use a lot of these kind of similar lines where she would say things like, it's like torture, but not the good kind. Or that's painful, but not in the way I like it. They had to kind of qualify it, so that it like made sense that it was like she still likes torture or pain or whatever, but this is still an actual problem and conflict. And also, if she starts to feel emotions and care for other characters more so than she already does, because she does a little bit like for her brother, is that growth in a character or is that straying from the character that she is? So I feel like they struck that balance really well. And again, she portrayed it so well because you can tell that she has these emotions, that she has care for other people, and she really genuinely does want good for people. I mean, obviously she's trying to uncover a series of brutal murders, so she obviously has like this drive and this goal, but she has this layer, obviously, of she's Wednesday Addams. She's very straight-faced and doesn't want to portray all of that all the time. I also did just like her dedication as well. Like, she is just dedicated to a fault of trying to figure this out because she has a purpose, and she feels like this is the justified right thing to do. So she goes for it, and she will go to any lengths to, not in like terrible ways, but she will go to most lengths to uncover this truth, and I really like that about her character as well. I also thought it was pretty funny that like throughout there's like so many people who just fall in love with her, and she's not even trying. Like, she's literally just walking through this series, and people are just falling for her left and right and getting so dramatic and having all this tea and everything around her. And she's like, I'm literally just trying to solve this mystery. I thought that was so funny. Aside from Wednesday, I really did love almost all of the other characters and just the school itself. It very much feels like Hogwarts for Halloween specific fans. I really liked the classes that they had, the mystery that went on, the uniforms that they wear. You know, it felt like, again, like a Harry Potter type situation, but very much for the Addams family specifically. And I liked a lot of the characters. They were really interesting. They were complex. They were fun. They had cool powers. They were just a good cast. Specifically, Enid, her roommate, I loved her. She is the literal definition of a cutie pie. I loved her. And that's what made the mystery so great as well, that they had all of these characters and all of these angles and all of these locations and things going on, because it made for so many more factors into what this mystery could be and what the result would be. And I thought it was really cool. I mean, obviously with mysteries, you want a ton, but they did a really good job of having so many things going on, even from the first episode, that you're just invested in this school, in this tone, this location. I loved the whole fall thing and the whole pilgrim thing. Like, this is definitely an October show to watch for sure. And there was one other character that I did not realize was going to be as big of a part as it was, but Thing. Like, Thing is one of the, like, you know, not as main Addams family members, because Thing and Cousin It and maybe the grandma and Lurch are always kind of like the second half, you know, people. But Thing was like the second main character in this, and I thought that was really cool how, you know, he was able to express everything like by being a hand, you know, sign language. I just loved her relationship with Thing, and, you know, how he was able to help and how it even drove her to, like, show some emotion sometimes. I thought it was just really great. For my middle, which is more just a comment than anything else, it did feel a little odd not seeing all of the Addams family together in their house, which seems to be where they spend the most time, or at least as far as I know, except for, like, I think Addams Family Values, I'm like 99% sure there was also like a camp scene with the rowing and everything that they had in this. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. But it was interesting not seeing them there, because that feels like their element, and they were kind of split up a little bit in this one. So I would be really excited to see at least just a little bit of that in season 2, of them in their house with Grandma and Cousin It and even Lurch, who we only saw a couple seconds of. I think that would be really cool to see them, because, you know, that's their whole power dynamic, as they are the Addams family. It's like the 8 people or things that come together, and they're just, I don't know, they're cool. And I would like to see that a little bit more in the next season. Really, my only big low is honestly the parents, which is really weird considering they're always the main 2 of the Addams family, and they're like the biggest, they're the power couple. But here they kind of felt like watered down versions. Now, when they casted, I immediately didn't think that Catherine Zeta-Jones was a good casting. Not to say she didn't do a good job, I just don't think it was the right casting to begin with. She just felt kind of, you know, like a generic version of Morticia. I think she was okay. Like, both of them had the dynamic there, but it didn't feel quite right or natural. And so, like, not that she did a bad job or anything. I think she did fine, but I think the writing, the casting just wasn't there for that one. And then for Gomez, I was all for the look. Everybody was like, what the hell are they casting Luis Guzman for? Well, if you look at the original drawing and animation of Gomez, that's what he looks like. He's supposed to look a little creepy and off, but charming. The problem with this is that he has the look, and he has the charm, sort of, but it doesn't feel natural, like it comes off him. It feels, honestly, like he's more simpish than anything.
I judge your year impish.
It feels like he has that element of loving Morticia and begging on his knees for her and all of this stuff, but it doesn't feel like he in and of himself is kind of charming, which he does have that. I think really when it comes down to it, this and the original Addams Family movies, they each have an element of Gomez that the other one doesn't, but they both need to be put together to get the full Gomez, if that makes sense. So overall, Wednesday was a super fun show. Tim Burton did a great job, and his characters don't look Tim Burton-ish, but it's like a perfect show for him to do, and I'm really glad that he did it. It was super fun. If you love Harry Potter or anything Halloween, it's great. I mean, honestly, it does feel like it would have given, like, vibes of being a very mid show had it not been for all these things going for it. you know, like Jenna Ortega and the Addams Family, like nostalgia and being so iconic, and then also the Halloween stuff and the fall feel and everything that anybody who's a Halloween fan is just going to eat up. I binged this in like 2.5, 3 days, which I have not done in a long time. Obviously, it's only 8 episodes, but still, it had me invested. I really, really liked it, and I'm definitely excited to watch it again around Halloween, and I'm super excited for season 2. I'm going to give Wednesday a 3.5 out of 4. Well, guys, let me know what you thought of Wednesday, and let me know your answer to the forbidden question. Who's the better Wednesday, Christina Ricci or Jenna Ortega? And as always, keep your hopes high, your stress low, and Halloween right in the middle. I'll see you guys later.